No, all of those should be cold. That's scary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand as we honor America and those who protect it with the playing of our national anthem, performed this evening by the Sikeston High School Marching Band. Please remain standing for the playing of our school song, The Red and Black.
1, 2, 1.
Sikeston Athletics would like to thank the sponsor of tonight's game, First Midwest Bank. The Bulldogs are thankful for all of your support. Locally owned and headquartered in Southeast Missouri, First Midwest Bank has been a part of the Sikeston community for 30 years. Stop by one of our Sikeston locations or visit onemidwest.com to see how we can help you make your financial dreams a reality. Here come the Bulldogs!
Let's go, boys! Let's go! Hey, let's go, baby! Hey, fellas! Don't want to fight, are you? Stay behind my line, please! Stay behind my line, please! It's all you! Good thing I got those buttons to it. Go! Don't forget to take my picture. Hey, everyone! Go! Whatever we're about to do, chat on the sideline, we better do it! We're getting high!
Go!
Get a hit squad! Get a hit squad! Hey, anytime we're about to do a chat, everybody's saying it! All right?
Hey, helmet.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sikeston Bulldog webcast. Sikeston Bulldog football 2022, kicking off the season against the Hillsboro Hawks here at Sikeston Public School Stadium. I'm Derek James, along with me, the president, Matt Tanner. Back by popular demand, Matt, and here we are.
Something like that. Back by something.
We weren't fired. I know that.
That's right.
Well, here we are.
I told them they're going to have to double my pay once again this year, and Frank obliged. And, of course, as I told him earlier, you get what you pay for, Frank. So,
well, Bulldogs are coming in. Coach Pulley in his second season with the Dogs, and we're opening with Hillsboro, who Sikeston hasn't played in several years. There's been some times where we would meet them in district play in the last 10 years, maybe a couple times, I think. This is the first time that we have played them in the regular season in, oh, goodness, maybe 20 years or so. It's been a long time. And Hillsboro comes in with a good team. They're always good, Matt. And some top talent led by Austin Romaine, number 40. He's a senior, heavily recruited. Somebody told me that he's maybe committed to Kansas State. Don't know if that's true, but several. We looked at the list just a second ago, and numerous Division I schools getting after this guy. He's 6'2", 230 pounds, so he's going to be a handful for the Hawks tonight.
I assume with the number 40, he's probably some sort of linebacker and maybe a back on offense.
A linebacker and maybe probably a running back of some kind.
Right.
If haven't done my homework, I apologize to our listeners and viewers, but Hillsboro in the past has always been a very run-dominated team.
Yep.
I don't know if they still do that.
They ran the sort of the triple option like the old Army or Navy runs, and a 3-yard in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you miss an assignment and their tight end slips out and they score from 50 yards.
Yeah, they may throw it.
Yeah, literally 3 times tonight.
This is based on in the past.
Right.
I don't know what they will do this year, but yeah, they might throw it 5 times, and of course, you're so keyed on the running game that sometimes those passes will go for big yards. But the Bulldogs, on the other hand, we do have Joseph Heckemeyer back at quarterback. He is a 3-year starter and a part-time starter as a freshman. I believe I think it was Gage Rowling when he was quarterback, and he got hurt for 2 or 3 games, and Heckemeyer started in those games. But going into this season, I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but he's 1,100 yards or so away from the all-time passing yardage record in a career, held by Garrett Taylor, who we talked about last year a little bit. Garrett Taylor was in school when I was in school. He graduated in 1995, and Garrett had 3,000-plus passing yards, and Joseph is in striking distance of that this year.
Yeah, he threw, again, I'm going on memory, but I think Joseph threw over 1,000 yards last year.
I believe so, yes.
And so, yeah, you're right. He's certainly another year of experience, another year of strength. As receivers, he's got a couple of receivers coming back that were his favorite targets last year.
Connor Wallace
is one. That's right. And so I expect a lot of big things out of them. I was reading Coach Pulley's comments in the paper, and he has some pretty high hopes with our kids. He thinks we're going to be a little bit better. And so, just like you said about Hillsboro, they were 9-3 last year, coming off two losing seasons, but they have normally been competitive is probably an understatement. They've been really good. I don't remember them ever coming here. Maybe they did 20 years ago.
In the 90s they did.
Okay.
One time, though.
Okay. Yeah. Well, but all the other games I remember playing them was in Hillsboro. And so, and matter of fact, they have a beautiful facility, turf field, and all those things. So I'm excited to see this started. We were talking about Coach Pulley, his second year, and just, of course, being on the school board, I have a little different view, but as a townsperson, so to speak, just to see Coach Pulley working his tail off in the summer. I mean, every day at the field house, in his office, he's involved with the kids, and he understands that to get our program turned around, he's got to build it from the bottom. And by I mean bottom, I don't mean bottom of the barrel with kids. I'm talking about with young kids. Got to start when they're young, get them involved, and get them bought in as fifth graders and maybe even before. He's got a flag football program. He's got kids already working in. So I'm excited about what he's done. He's brought an energy, a presence, a passion that we haven't seen in a while. Not to be disparaging to anybody else, but he's really brought something that we hadn't had in a while.
Well, something he's done that nobody's really done here is getting, like you talked about, getting into the youth and digging in. And I saw just these Bulldog jerseys all over school today of all ages. I saw them in the kindergarten. Just Bulldog. And I believe that is all representative of the work he's done in the community and getting these kids involved. And again, no disparaging to any coach before.
No,
I love them all. And
absolutely.
They were great coaches.
It was different times.
It's just a different time.
Yes.
And what he's done is unlike any coach I've seen here, just getting the younger groups going. And I did not even see who won the coin toss. But anyway, if you look off just to our left, though, and where all the students are sitting, there's just hundreds and hundreds of boys wearing those Bulldog junior Bulldog or something, whatever it says on the front of it.
Love to see it.
It's very cool. And Coach Pulley is – he's a true blue Bulldog himself.
No doubt.
I coached him in JC League back on the blue team back in the day. And I always thought when he was playing, I said, this kid's going to be a good player.
Right.
And here he is.
And he was a good player.
He was All-State. He was a tremendous player. And, so he's really getting after it in those young programs or those young kids, as you said. And
he knows it's a process. He knows that
it takes time.
It's going to take a few years to get the energy and the kids and develop the skill and the weight room and all the things that we got to have. But tell you what, I like where it's headed. I like the trajectory it's on. Like the effort that he's putting out, and looks like we got a drone flying. It just caught my attention, DJ.
Yeah, we do. There's a little drone right in front of us.
Squirrel.
Yeah. So Bulldogs are kicking off. Connor Wallace will be kicking, and Hillsboro set to receive. Let's see if I can get some numbers, Matt. My eyes are not getting better as I get older. I can tell you that.
That's why I have glasses on. I'll tell you.
Blake Larson, number 9, is deep for Hillsboro. And is that number 40? Is that Romaine down here closer to us? I cannot see.
DJ, I can't tell. But real quick, I wanted to give a shout-out. I already got a shout-out tonight. My younger brother, Justin Tanner, is watching from the state of Tennessee, just outside of Jackson, Tennessee, and his young daughter, Evie. They're saying hi to Uncle Matt. And Justin's got 3 little girls.
That's actually number 43. Oh, he loses it out of bounds. There's a break for the Bulldogs right off the bat. At number 43 is Jackson Patterson. He's a senior. They don't have heights and weights, but we have their numbers, their names, and their year in school. While we're on shout-outs, I'll give a shout-out to Jeff Ross.
Jeffrey.
He sent me a text. He's listening tonight, or watching, and his son and daughter, I believe his daughter is, are in Sikeston schools now.
Yep.
Son is over at
Bulldogs.
Lee
About
Hunter,
time,
where
right?
I'm working. About time, Ross, man.
And then, well, now let me say, I just got a text that all of them are watching. So Justin, Tara, Evie, Carolyn, and Adeline. Not last but not least.
High pass is caught, and that was Jackson Patterson on the catch. He's got a first down.
Well, Deeds, just as we called it, they only pass about 5 times a game, and they come straight out in the
Look at this.
in their own end zone, and they're
no huddle. Again,
it.
I've not seen these guys in years.
No.
And
no idea if it's even the same coach they had from a couple years ago.
So they're in shotguns.
Yeah.
Very obviously very different than when we last saw them. It's probably been 5 or 6 years ago. Handoff up the middle. Can't see a number, but he's dragging ahead.
Want to anticipate
this. I believe that was
Romaine.
number 40, Austin Romaine. He was the one we featured in the pregame. K-State possibly in the mix. And several schools, even Ivy Leaguers. Some of those Ivy League area schools are interested in him.
Right.
So they're at the 32 now. Another first down on that play, under center this time. And they come back on a trap play that is Patterson this time, number 43. And another first down. So about 20 or so on that carry. Right now, Hillsboro coming out quickly, establishing tempo, which That's everything we talked about in the pregame.
Throw it out the window.
Because it's not even happening. They are completely.
No, they were ball control, big time, chew up 75% of a quarter, and it's nowhere close to that.
So trips over this way, out of the shotgun.
Little zone read, he pulled it and kept it, Deej.
Quarterback is number 1. Another first down. That is
Brown.
Preston Brown, number 1. And you can tell on that play, he's got a little shiftiness. First down at the Bulldog 27.
27-yard line, first down Hillsboro.
Frank said that Treston's got that drone.
So I believe they've gotten first downs on every snap, Matt.
That's what it looks like. They're kind of gashing us right now. We're going to have to.
Fullback up the middle, that's Romaine. And he's going to score on that one. That's a 27-yard touchdown for Austin Romaine, the Division I prospect out of Hillsboro. So Hillsboro right quickly out of the gates. It took them 49 seconds.
You know, Deej, were they at the Jamboree last week where we were? I can't remember. It was Festus, us, Jackson. Maybe it was Hillsboro. We obviously didn't play them, but anyway, I was just curious. I'm sure Coach Pulley got as much tape as you can get, for the no good.
Extra point is low. That's Nick Marchetti on the attempt and came out low, did not even clear the crossbar. But Hillsboro on the board, 49 seconds into this game with a touchdown, 6-0 Hawks.
Well, last year it seemed to be some of the issues we had were not being able to score. We felt like there were outside of a couple of games. I felt like our defense kept us in most games, and so hopefully we can see what turn it loose here. I'm sure Coach Pulley is going to be very aggressive on this first series. I look for a lot of Joseph Heckemeyer tonight. I would anticipate that.
I would anticipate a lot of passes. Of course, somebody we did not feature in the pregame was Keodrick Sherrod.
That's who I was looking for. What number is he?
Leading returning rusher. I believe he's 30. No.
33. 33. Yeah. That's who I was looking for. I couldn't find his number.
So he, I cannot remember off the top of my head, 500 or 600 or so yards last year as a sophomore.
Right. DJ, they won't onside it here, will they?
Anything's a possibility, I would think. It just depends on.
I was going to say, he approached it like he was not going to do that.
It's Dontrez Williams on the return, caught at the 13.
Superb athlete, by the way.
And he's to the outside and brought down about the 27.
Dontrez standing about 6'4", 6'5".
I would say he's about 6'4". Obviously was on the basketball team last year, was all-conference player as a sophomore. And, man, he's a young kid.
He really is. He's not even 16 yet, is he? Or did he just turn 16 maybe?
If he is 16, he just turned 16.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. But
as a junior.
He's 15 all of his sophomore year and just turning 16 here as a junior. That's a young junior.
Well, they've got single coverage on this side. We got no backs.
No backs. That's to Sherrod. And caught for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. It's probably
tackled by the Romaine kid.
Give him 4 yards on that catch. So 5 wide coming out for the Bulldogs. I actually am not surprised by that. I don't know how much of that you'll see, but because usually I believe you'll see Sherrod out of the backfield. But that was Sherrod lined out wide. Here comes 5 wide again.
I'm just going to say, just as we called it, there's 5 wide again.
Well, maybe the same play coming this way.
This might have just mirrored it.
You got one-on-one coverage over the other side.
I was going to say you better get a block on that outside, or he's going to pick that and go the other way.
It's Trey Gorman on that catch. He's going to go backwards on that one. See, on the other side, you're one-on-one with Connor Wallace.
Right.
So, I mean, that's stuff that I'm sure they're looking at, seeing how they defend these plays early on.
Right.
So, lost about 5 on that play.
3rd and 11. It's a problem getting behind the yardage markers. You got to stay in front of them and keep it turning.
5 wide once again. Let's see this time. This time there's 3 receivers. Trips up. There's going to be a penalty. So 2 guys tried to move at the same time. Legal motion on the Bulldogs, and that's a 5-yard penalty. Now, that's the kind of stuff you really have to stay away from.
Right, especially behind the markers.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty. 3rd and 16.
You cannot beat yourselves. Now, if the other team's just better, then so be it. They beat us fair and square or whatever. You don't want to just give them stuff.
Right.
So still no back in the backfield.
I said I thought Coach Willie would be aggressive. Maybe I even underestimated myself. This is what I consider very aggressive.
So Sherrod coming in motion. Heckemeyer out of the shotgun, and that pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage. They were looking for Dontrez on a deep ball there.
I like it.
And that would have been probably a 50-50 type ball just to see if Dontrez could jump up and get it.
Well, I tell you what, I know I've got my black and red goggles on, but you throw the ball up to Dontrez, I like his chances.
He's got length, and he jumps well. And that's one of those, especially on a 3rd and 16
throw
or whatever.
On your 20, throw it up. Yeah.
Nothing really to lose on that type of play. But it never got a chance as it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Hillsboro had a pretty good surge coming in. So I can't see the punter. Is it Riddle? Riddle? Okay. Low snap.
Oh, boy.
So he can get this punt off still. There you go. That's a
go.
good job by Bo.
Oh. I'm going to say they may have touched.
I don't think
they're
he
not
did.
calling it. Sure looked like it, but maybe he didn't.
He made a move.
Like he was going
towards
to.
it,
Yeah.
but he did not react as if he touched it. So you can tell by the body language if he
that's
touched
true.
it, he would have chugged after it. That was a great job by Riddle.
Absolutely. Great job to avoid the pressure and still get the punt off and put them back at least on the other side of the half court, midfield. Almost said half court, Deej.
You've been to too many basketball games, man.
I've got to shift my focus here.
I think if based on what I heard a little bit this summer, Riddle is kind of a rugby-style punter. He's got that ability. Yeah. I don't know if that's what they want him to do, but in that case, he had no choice.
Right.
And that's option, and the quarterback's keeping it. Pitch is late, 232 in that article we read. 6'2", 230. I mean, that's bigger than a lot of teams' linemen, including Sikeston's. That is a big
I would say he
kid.
is all that.
And Division I, easily linebacker size.
I haven't seen his speed or anything like that, but at that level, you're going to have to be pretty doggone quick, too. So I'm sure the coaches have already looked at that stuff. Like a screen.
Good pressure coming. Overthrows him, so Sikeston gets a stop on that play. Let's see, that's 36. Let's see if I can find it. That is Xavier Jackson. Old Coach Homer Jackson. That's his.
Is that coach's?
That's his grandson.
Ah.
My old. I say old. I'm not saying he's old. I'm just saying my old coach, Coach Jackson.
Coach Jackson. That's Derek James, not Matt Tanner, that called you old. I just want to clarify.
My old basketball coach. That's his grandson. That's good pressure by Xavier that time.
Yes.
Forcing a bad throw. 2nd and 10. More pressure, unchecked pressure, and quarterback gets that one off to number 9, Blake Larson on that catch. Quarterback took a hit on the play as he threw it. I wasn't sure who it was that came, but he came unchecked, whoever that was. Hillsboro on the move again. 21-yard line of the Bulldogs, 1st and 10. Hawks up 6-0 early here in the first quarter. Toss sweep to Romaine and untouched. Great blocking by the Hawks, and Romaine just took the toss sweep 21 yards and wasn't even touched.
No, I don't think we would have pulled a flag on him if we were playing flag football.
No. That right there shows you what kind of blocking they had on that play.
Definitely. And looked like Keodrick was all over their quarterback. Of course, he had just gotten rid of it before that.
Hillsboro's lining up for 2. They missed their extra point.
Looks like, is that Romaine?
Earlier.
No, that's
Patterson.
Jackson Patterson.
43 Patterson.
Yeah.
He's a good-sized kid, too. Toss sweep to Patterson this way. Great blocking again, and he's in there for the 2. So now They got their point back that they missed on the extra point, so it's 14-0 with 9:08 left in the first quarter.
I don't really like the trend of this one, Deej.
Yeah, they not the start that Coach Pulley had hoped, I'm sure. Sikeston so far not really any answers on stopping Hillsboro. Now Sikeston's going to have to find a way to move the ball, get their defense off a chance for a break.
Right.
Sikeston's going to have to be able to move the ball and at least stay on the field for a while and try to get some points on the board.
Right. They'll have to, tonight or at some point, they're going to have to establish their run as well, too. They're not going to be able to just, you're going to have to be able to control the ball. Certainly against a team like this, man, we've got to keep that offense off the field for a little bit.
And even their quarterback, Preston Brown, he's just a sophomore, but you can tell he's got some ability. He's sneaky with the ball.
Savvy.
Good with his fakes. Has some athleticism to get outside. Over the head catch by Trey Gorman. Trying to find some room. He lost it. Fumble
Looks
on
like
the
we got it back.
Bulldogs. Bulldogs dove on it. Let's see who comes up with it out of the scrum. Okay,
Yeah,
Bulldogs
we got it back.
recovered it. Let's see, 44, Luke Gadberry.
Luke Gadberry.
So Luke Gadberry saves disaster there as Sikeston loses the ball there. Hillsboro's only 11 yards out.
Of course, it's almost one I would have let go. It was deep, but I get it, though. If you let it go and it checks up, it checks up and didn't go in the end zone, and all of a sudden
every
get something crazy.
player wants to make that catch, try to make something happen.
Well, we've got some one-on-one stuff here. They don't have it. They got a safety on this side, on the strong side, but we don't have anybody on that far side. Guess what Joseph is looking at, maybe.
That's Joseph on the draw up the middle.
Okay.
So the first running play of the game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
5 wide, and they ran the draw with Heckemeyer. That's Sikeston's biggest play yet, 5-yard gain.
If I were a gambling man, I would have not said that Joseph is going to get the first running play. But I think we've shown that our prognostication skills between these two teams is not as good as they should be.
Joseph, we're talking about the size of these Hillsboro kids.
Yeah.
Joseph is a big kid, too. He's one of the bigger kids on the team.
6'2", 6'3", big kid, 210 pounds,
I
maybe.
would say so.
Good-looking kid.
Once again, 5 wide, 4 to this side. Wallace all alone up top. And he's looking to Wallace. One-on-one coverage and overthrew it. So that Sikeston's trying to get the isolation on some of these pass plays just because it's one-on-one, and there was no safety help on that play.
Right. It looked like he threw it just a hair early, and I'm sure he's probably got
maybe
itchy feet maybe. Trying to avoid the pressure by throwing it quick.
Sometimes you get trigger happy if you see those white jerseys bearing down on you.
Yep, I don't blame him.
So 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Running back in the backfield, that's Sherrod. First time the running back has been in the backfield. That's not Sherrod, excuse me. That is Trez Clark.
Hat came off. He's got to go out.
So Trez Clark on that carry
Sophomore.
lost 2 or 3. So 4th and 9, Bulldogs forced to punt. Need a good punt here. Because Sikeston is backed up so deep. Bo will be punting from the end zone.
I don't care the way this is setting up. I can tell you that. Get a good snap in here.
So Hillsboro's going to have good field position on this unless he gets a tremendous roll and the return man can't pick it up.
Uh-oh. What we got here?
Illegal substitution against the Bulldogs. So that's 5 yards.
What about that was an infraction?
I guess, did they break the huddle? I didn't see. If you break the huddle with An incorrect number? I'm not really sure on that, Matt.
I don't either. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure why they waited that long to call it. If it was I don't know.
I'm certainly no rules expert here.
No. My officiating skills are lacking, to say the least. Oh,
Try it again. He's got to pick it up off the ground. Did a good job just getting rid of it. And number 8, I believe, or
Julian
9.
Davis.
Hard to tell. It's 8 or 9.
Blake Larson.
Blake Larson is 9. Julian Davis. So Julian Davis, our official spotter, says that was Julian Davis, who's sophomore return man. So they have excellent field position on this one. They're going to start at the Bulldog 21.
We'll say we have a nice crowd here tonight on the Sikeston side. Hillsboro, I've made that trip before, Deej. That's a long ways. It's 2 good hours of driving. I mean, it's up Interstate 55, but it's still 2 hours, however you shake it.
Right across the middle, and that's another touchdown for the Hawks. Number 14 on the reception. That's Dalton Ross, a junior. That pass over the middle, first time we've seen that play. And a 21-yard touchdown with 7:02 to go in the first quarter. Hillsboro looks like a pretty good team to me, Matt.
They look, I would use the word salty.
Extra point.
That looks good.
Is up and through this time. So with 7:02 to go in the first quarter, Hillsboro 21, Sikeston 0. And we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Three Rivers College, you can get an affordable start on a college degree. Learn an in-demand trade or get more education for a better career. Visit trcc.edu today.
I'm good. We can still win. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm good. Keep that energy. Keep that energy, boy. Keep that head up. Let's go. Keep that head up. Let's go.
Back here at Sikeston Public School Stadium, Hillsboro with the early lead, 21-0 over Sikeston. 7:02 to go in the first quarter. Hillsboro looking really tough here in the early going. Sikeston, we knew they were young and they had some guys to replace, most notably the deep man on the receiving corps, C.J. Posey, who is now at West Point, I might add. What a great accomplishment that is for C.J.
Absolutely.
Kickoff. That is number 3 for the Bulldogs. I'll try to learn their numbers as we go.
Caden Craig.
Caden Craig on the kick return for the Bulldogs. Sikeston with good field position to start off on this possession.
Shout out to Richard McGill watching the game tonight. The old Bulldog from the old class of '89.
We know Richard well.
Yes. I have another nickname for him, TD, and I'll just leave him at that.
I've known Richard
about as long as you have.
Richard is trying
try to explain. He's my longest. Or I've known him the longest. Been my friend the longest. How about that? I won't say the oldest because I've got friends that are older, but we've been friends longer than any two people that I've been friends with. How about that?
Heckemeyer on the pass to Bo Riddle. Number 6. That was a gain of 6. Pretty nice play there.
Very nice
Heckemeyer on
play.
the rollout, or the sprint out, I guess, maybe.
Spread out.
And picked up 6. Bo shook one tackle, but too many guys to break there at the end. They ended up getting 6 yards.
Bo's a good-looking junior. You know, DJ was sitting there thinking, are we going to have these official timeouts tonight because of the heat and things like that? I don't know. I don't know the exact protocol on the.
They've done it for years. I don't see why they would stop this year.
Fortunately, we got a little cloud cover that's
Another
got
tipped
tipped.
ball. Dontrez had to play defense on that one.
Yeah.
We got a penalty flag down right
a late
where
hit.
Joseph was throwing.
Yes.
Here
Roughing
we
the
go. Personal
passer.
foul, roughing the passer, sure is.
Well.
So, big penalty there. Even if Hillsboro had intercepted that, it would have been wiped out with this penalty.
Yep.
So a 15-yard penalty, and that will be a first down after the walk-off. I didn't watch what happened on that.
No, I was watching the ball. I
yeah.
didn't see. I looked up and.
And, of course, that could be anything. It could be a helmet-to-helmet deal. I think he would signal helmet-to-helmet if that was the case.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
But either way, it's 15 for the Bulldogs and a 1st and 10 at the Hillsboro 41.
First time we've been across midfield, and that's the first down tonight, too, of the season, I guess, even.
Out of the shotgun again.
Didn't get
Sikeston
much.
throwing the ball a lot tonight. And that time
That's going to be
incomplete.
I read something where they changed the rule this year to where if you're outside of the so-called tackle box and you throw it, it's not grounding anymore. That in the NFL they went to that, or college,
Yeah.
but they've changed that to high school now. I think they
has
do that to try to save.
Always been the most confusing and
Yeah.
inconsistent
Yeah,
rule
Yeah.
in every level of football. NFL, college to high school. It's
right.
I've watched, I can't tell you how many football games, and they call it different, it seems to me, all the time.
Right. I think it's a player safety issue too, to make sure that they, if he can get rid of it, doesn't get hammered. He's got two guys bearing down on him.
As long as there's somebody within the vicinity of a pass, this could, they're setting up for a screen this time. So
they picked up a big,
nice
play.
Well designed.
Yes, sir. Great play. They used Keodrick as a deke. I don't know if you saw that. He sprinted out to Joseph's right. Joseph just kind of turned and looked and froze the defense.
Sure
the
did.
other way.
Froze me.
That's where I thought he was going too. Certainly froze the defense. Picked up a big play. Great design.
That was
I like it.
Andrew Green on the catch. Another full Bulldog lineage guy there. That's Roger Sherman's grandson. Laura Green's son, who she works at the junior high.
Awesome. Love that long history, family history.
Roger Sherman, long-time Bulldog
Mr.
educator.
Sherman, absolutely. The one, the only.
Rolling out again, Joseph, looking for something. He's going to throw out of bounds.
Yeah, good
Only
decision.
thing he could do that time.
Good decision. Second down, you got to, what do they say, you got to live to see another day, right?
Yes, you do.
Or another play, I suppose.
Sometimes that's a little more experience. Here he is,
Right. He's a senior.
a senior starter or a 3-year starter as a senior, and maybe as a sophomore you might try to thread a perfect pass, and it just doesn't work out sometimes.
Or break the cardinal rule of rolling out one way and throwing back the other, and that's just asking for trouble. But he was smart enough. He said, okay, I've been here before. Let's throw this thing away and get the second down and try to get 10 on the next play or next 2 or 3 plays.
Sherrod on the handoff up the middle,
Nice
breaking
shift,
tackles.
moves.
That's the Sherrod we saw last year.
Yes, sir. Running
Bulldozing.
downhill, as they say.
He is a downhill runner, an aggressive, low shoulder pad guy.
Running, off. Mad. How about that? Running mad. That's how you got to run.
Running with purpose.
Running purpose. I like that. Good-looking graphic there on the scoreboard. I like
All
it.
kinds of new fancy stuff.
Shout out to. Oh, speaking of shout out, We got Mr. Beidler, a.k.a. Brett Favre. He came out of retirement to come back to us. Mr. Beidler, we're glad you're here. He's
Trey
Boy,
Gorman,
had
the
him.
intended receiver, just barely out of his reach. Well, Mr. I remember last year we signed off our last broadcast.
did.
Said, well, this might be Mr. Byler's swan song.
Yes.
Well, here he is, right back with us again.
Hey, Brett Favre in the flesh. He's not in the classroom, he says. Tell you what, we are proud to have him back. All of Bulldog Nation, you should be tickled to have him back to continue our YouTube broadcast for for football, basketball, and I don't want to steal his thunder, but I think other good things to come because Mr. Beidler is, like he said, is out of the classroom. It's going to have some opportunities to do some other things. That play was broken
Rod hit
really
immediately
quick.
on that.
Yeah. So I don't want to steal his thunder on that, but we've got some other good things to come. Very excited about that, to showcase all of our student athletes, not just the traditional football, basketball, or whatever. So, which those are very important too, but the other we'll get a chance to showcase some of our other student athletes.
There's no doubt that throughout our lives, that's the two that get the most attention, always has.
Right.
And that's not unique to Sikeston. That's nationwide.
No, correct.
Football
Correct.
and basketball are the two biggest high school sports in the nation.
Yeah.
In terms of publicity, I should say.
Yeah. And we're glad Mr. Byler elected to come back. Of course, I say elected. He probably got his arm twisted pretty good by Miss Hollifield if he hadn't.
So that time, Joseph under pressure again, had to throw it away, had to get rid of it. Sikeston faced with a 4th and 13. I believe they have to go for these because our kicker
is playing soccer tonight, right?
Our kicker graduated.
Oh.
Dylan
Oh,
Thornborough.
that's right. Crap, I forgot about that. Well, if we had a soccer player, they are playing tonight. So
I'm not sure who the kicker is, but Dylan was our kicker the last couple years, and he was a good one.
Kicker. Yeah.
And this would be a chance where Dylan could kick this field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Sikeston's going to be going for these situations
we got Dontrez
here.
on this side. I don't know. I'm throwing it up over here.
That's what they're doing. So it's going to be a jump ball just out of the end zone. So nothing doing there. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's all right. The execution didn't work out like we wanted, but I like that play design. In my limited knowledge, that's where you got to throw it. Throw it up to him because he certainly looked like he could have out-athleted the other kid that was over there, just overthrown a little bit.
It was just overthrown.
Yeah.
You almost have to take a little off and just give Dontrez a chance there. And just see if he can just jump up and get it.
Yeah.
If it's intercepted, so be it.
Yeah, he's going to tackle him in the end zone. Speaking of, real quick, talking about second year of the Pulley era, we are in the first year of the Hollifield era of leading our school district. Miss Shannon Hollifield is our superintendent as of June 1 and seems to be hitting the ground running.
Everybody's thrilled with the job she's doing so far.
Thrilled. I can tell you this. Personally, I had to go somewhere early one morning. Actually, I was going to the bank at 6:45, and I passed her. And I called her. I said, Shannon, are you going in already? Yeah, going in already. So,
a workaholic. She's just a workaholic.
Yes.
I mean, she lives in that office. And
Yes.
We know Coach Hollifield, and he doesn't see her as much as he used to.
No. Well, he's a go-getter now since he retired and just coaching. He'll take her to work and go get her.
Yeah.
So I always give him a hard time now. He said that, hey, would you mind turning the lights off on the way out so I go back to sleep? So
I believe that was a first down on that last run. They
looks
haven't
like they're
moved the
short.
chains.
No, it looks like they're
well, maybe third and now they don't even know what they're doing. Let's see. Chains are now moving.
They moved it.
So
what are they?
Some confusion there on the ball spot, I guess. I thought it was clearly past the marker.
Mm-hmm.
The chain gang never really got a signal on what to do. But it is a first down. Hillsboro at the 27, their own 27. New quarterback.
I'm just getting ready to say that's a different quarterback. A.J.
22 on that carry. That's
Heisel?
Peyton Brown on that carry. A lot of different weapons for this Hillsboro team. I mean, how many different names have we called just here in the first quarter?
Right, this quarterback, A.J. Heuszzel. I don't know if that's Heisel, Husel, Hosel.
Heisel, I
Heisel.
would go for Heisel.
Ooh, we may have had too many on the field there, but I think they missed it.
22 again. That is Peyton Brown. He's a junior. Or if he's in relation to the quarterback, his name is Preston Brown. Brown's a pretty common name, but never know.
You know, I didn't realize this, but they're in Jefferson County. There are 400,000 people in Jefferson County. I did not realize that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
It's,
doesn't
you know,
even
it's-
seem to make sense.
Well, it's just south of St. Louis there, obviously. That's Hillsboro. I think Hillsboro is the southern end of it.
Okay. That's Patterson on the carry. And
It's probably brought down by Colt Parker.
Colt Parker. A lot of these guys I've had in school, Matt, in elementary school. It's interesting seeing them now. They're on the high school football team. That was another first down, that time by Jackson Patterson. And it's now a 1st and 10
That's the
at the 21.
that's an interesting spelling of Jackson, Jaxin. It's another trap play here. Just
Jackson Patterson again. Going to be close. They're going to call him down.
short.
Just shy of the end zone, maybe the 1.5 yard line.
Brought down at the 1 yard line, tackled by number 13, Cole Parker. First and goal, Hawks.
So it's going to be 1st and goal. They're going to have a lot of chances here inside the 2. Hand off to Patterson again. Give it to the guy who got you there. And Patterson bulldozes in for the touchdown. And Hillsboro's extending the lead. 27-0 with 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Nick Marchetti with the extra point. And that one is through. 28-0. 1:33 to go in the first quarter. Sykes has got some work to do, Matt. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Providing athletic training services for all of our Bulldog athletes.
Back in action here at Sikeston Public Schools Stadium. All Hillsboro here in the first quarter, 28-0. Hillsboro set to kick off to the Bulldogs. Kicking it deep again. This time to Dontrez Williams on the catch at the 10-yard line. Trying to pick spots here. He's going to be wrapped up, brought down at the 28.
Deej, while we are switching switching, coming in and off the field. Today, Misha released the district. I mean, they released all the districts today, but this one's SEMO ball. So Sikeston is in Class 4, District 1 with DeSoto, Farmington, Festus, Hillsboro, North County, Perryville, and Sikeston. So this is certainly interesting district matchup, and Cape Central, Jackson, and Poplar Bluff are in Class 5 now. So
Okay, that's the first time in a long time that Cape Central wasn't in Sikeston's district.
Well, so I called another local expert on such things. I called your brother, and I said, I barely got it out of my mouth, said, any chance? And he said, no. Where I was going with any chance Cape is Class 5 in basketball, and he said no. He said they were actually, that's the exact thing happened last year. They were Class 5 in football and Class 4 in basketball. So he cut me off pretty soon. So
I didn't realize that Cape wasn't in our district last year.
I was not aware of that either.
That was Trey Gorman on that catch, and no gain on the play, and it's 2nd and 10.
I think everybody's going to be looking up to Jackson in that district anyway.
I would think so. History has anything to say about it. Eckelmeyer hitting Bo Riddle.
He's
might pick up. It's going to have forward progress.
What?
So they're not going to give him forward progress. Not sure I agree with that. But
wait a minute. Time out here.
And that's what Coach Pulley's talking to the ref about.
Minute. He caught it on like the 30.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call. So they're going to mark it backwards about 4 yards, and he caught it. It wasn't a big gain, but it was about a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Just let the.
They're going to let the clock run out. But I think Coach Pulley's going to continue.
He's got a
discuss
case
this
here with this one.
There's no replay in high school.
No.
That one I think they might want to check if there was.
Wow.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter. And there's not much you can do about it now, but we're going to take a break. We'll be back for the second quarter.
The Bulldog family is grateful for their support.
And to start the second quarter, Sikeston will have a 3rd and 14 on their own 25.
I see our ex-kicker. He's in the stands here. We need him. Might need him out there. Hopefully we'll need him. Kick some extra points tonight. By the way, I asked a loyal viewer, Micah Harris, my brother-in-law, and he said looked like he caught it at the 32 from the video.
Yeah, it would have been about a 3-yard pickup,
Right.
I think. Going down the middle.
Oh, did he catch that?
Incomplete. That was a great effort by Trey Gorman.
We had that.
It appeared that he might have come up with it, but you saw the ball come loose as he hit the ground. So Sikeston will be forced to punt.
4th and 14, Bulldogs.
Hillsboro, a pretty decent crowd on after that long trip. The only thing I don't like, when you make the trip to Hillsboro, besides the driving distance, but they have a beautiful facility. There's
do.
no doubt. But
Yeah.
their visitor seating is just like a few little.
Oh, yeah.
Like the
It's-
seats at the complex for
Yeah.
Little League games. There's
Yeah.
like about 3 or 4 of those, and that's all there is.
Right.
There's just nowhere for.
Well, now we sat on. I guess we ended up sitting on the home side.
I think most people do.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That punt
Oh, good tackle.
caught by number 9. It looked like Blake Larson.
Rashid
That is
Abu
number 9. Yes.
Kadir.
Rashid Abu Kadir.
Kadir, excuse me.
With that tackle. So Hillsboro back in Bulldog territory on the return at the 46. But, yeah, and their facility is extremely nice. They
Very,
have a
very
great
nice.
setup of
Yeah.
everything. I mean,
Yeah.
their track and field, their baseball, all that stuff is right there.
I don't know if I've ever been in there.
I've never
Gym.
seen a baseball. Their gymnasium is very nice.
Did we go there?
I've just been there.
Okay.
We've never
I was
played
gonna
a
say
game.
Uh-oh. Nice play.
Quarterback sack. We had a late flag come
over
in.
here, what do we got?
64 for the Bulldogs.
Brody Young.
Brody Young, I believe, with that sack.
What do we have on the other side?
Let's see what the penalty is. And we're going to have a holding against Hillsboro. So Sikeston will decline that,
I
I'm
was
sure.
going to say, I think you got to, don't you? Because that's first down again, right?
Yeah, so you just repeat the down
Right,
if it's holding.
right.
But here you take the sack.
He's taking the penalty. Oh, maybe well. Oh, it's a spot foul. That's the wait a minute.
I would still take the sack
Yeah.
because it's going to be second down. And they
now
only
it's-
lost about 3 yards on that penalty.
First and
So it's still first
20,
down. I'm not
25.
sure why Sikeston took that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe they had to. I'm not really sure.
yeah, I don't know. Justin
So-
Tanner, what's the rule? What's the high school rule on that? Do I have to
30
take the penalty?
On the carry. I cannot see these numbers, Matt.
Cohen Linderer?
Cohen Linderer, I guess.
Linderer.
Got a few yards back from the penalty. Maybe about 6 or 7 on that carry.
My brother's a former high school official. Maybe he'll pipe in here and tell me if the Bulldogs had to take that. I'm counting on you there, little brother.
Same. That's the backup quarterback still in the game.
Oh, that's a great.
And you got a penalty there.
I bet a hold out on the outside is what I'm anticipating. Certainly didn't see anything on the tackle. Yeah, hold.
Another hold
Yeah.
on Hillsboro.
Yeah.
Why do I want to keep saying Farmington? It's Hillsboro. They look nothing alike. They are up in the same area, I guess.
North of Sikeston.
I'm sure anybody from Hillsboro is listening to this broadcast is probably pulling their hair out because I keep calling them Farmington.
Sorry. Sorry.
It'd be like if somebody up there keeps calling us Charleston. We probably wouldn't like it, would we, man?
Right.
So second down after that hold right up the middle.
He is a
Was that Romaine
handful,
again?
yes.
He gets a head of steam, and he's hard to bring down. About 15 on that carry.
Oof.
He is a load, no doubt.
3rd and 6-ish, 7-ish, 8-ish.
3rd and 7, I would
yeah.
say, maybe 6. I don't know if this kid is recruited as a running back or a linebacker.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
My guess would be a linebacker.
Right.
He fits the bill of an old fullback, but you don't see fullbacks much anymore.
Got a little pressure.
And he threw it complete to number 14. That's Dalton Ross.
Tackled by Aaron Williams.
Nice play there by the quarterback, A.J. Heisel, if I'm saying that correctly. And a first down for the Hawks. That's the first time Sikeston has gotten them to third down.
That was it looked like a designed rollout just
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Yeah, I
they
believe it
did have
was.
some pressure, but he looked like he was sprinting this way, the short side of the field.
Handoff up the middle that time to number 30. He's going to break loose and score. That is Cohen Linder. Broke a tackle or two and sprinted 31 yards the rest of the way. Sikeston with no answers on how to slow down this Hillsboro offense.
Another loyal follower, David Terrell.
Extra point is good. There is a penalty down.
Looks like it must be against the Bulldogs because they're running off the field.
I don't know if anybody even knows there was a penalty.
Well, that's
and
true.
Nobody's aware.
Offsides.
They're calling offsides against Sikeston.
Declined it.
They will decline that. So it's 35-0. Hillsboro on top with 9:52 to go in the second quarter. And to answer your earlier question about the water breaks, it appears they're not going to do that. It's actually a pretty pleasant night.
No, it's not super hot tonight. It was warmer today, but according to my phone and my watch, it says it's 85, I think.
To be quite honest, this has been one of the more milder Augusts that I can remember.
It has. Actually,
And-
it's 80 degrees.
And
So
I mean, I can't tell
we
you.
had a hot. It was June, if you remember. We had
Yeah.
that stretch in June. It was really hot.
August has been very nice, and no different tonight. Pretty nice night,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not even stopping for the water breaks that you've become so accustomed to for the
Right.
last 15 years or so.
Usually the first 2 or 3 games or something of the season, they'll stop them, but have not tonight.
I'm sure there's some kind of measurement they have. Maybe it's just temperature. I'm not really sure on how they decide that.
Yeah,
Or humidity. The humidity is usually the
yeah.
biggest thing.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity, Deej.
Yeah, very true. The feels like.
That's right.
You've heard seen those memes
If
like,
it's-
don't tell me
if it feels
what
like
temperature is. Don't tell me what it feels like. If it feels like 108, then put 108.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Hillsboro to kick.
All right, Bulldogs, let's get one in the end zone here. We had a nice drive there, kind of sputtered inside the 20
They did.
in the red zone.
Best drive of the night.
Right.
Last possession. This one kicked deep
yeah,
over his head and
there
into
you
the
go.
end zone. So that will be a touchback.
He fell on that, but I think in high school football,
Once
once
it
it breaks the
crosses.
plane of the goal line, it's in the end zone.
Once it crosses,
Mm-hmm.
it's dead. That was Keon Atkins. He's a freshman. And obviously in college, you can go back in there. Professionals, of
Yeah,
course.
right. Well, they've done a lot, that professional games. So many guys were getting hurt. They're kicking it from now like the 50 or something. There's hardly any run backs anymore, any kickoff returns. I mean, there are some, but
so many violent collisions, and they're trying to crack down on those really violent collisions on the kickoff because both players are going full speed ahead
my
right at each other like a train's colliding.
oh my gosh, there's been some serious collisions. There's been some collisions out here before. I mean, there's not talking about a bunch of big kids.
Sherrod, he's brought down from behind by Romaine. There you can see a little bit of that speed as a
Yeah.
linebacker that maybe some of these colleges are coveting.
He just couldn't get any room at all.
That was a pretty good example of what a college might look at, besides obviously the obvious size and strength of a kid like that. But the recognition of a play and getting back there and having enough speed to get them from behind. It's 2nd and 11.
I remember watching when Lawrence Taylor played, and they talked about him, how he could run down guys from behind. And they said they would typically
Screen pass, that one bounced.
Yeah, they would actually run at him to negate his speed from behind. That was, as odd as that sounds, you sort of run to his side so he doesn't have room to just track you down. So I certainly don't know.
There's no doubt a guy like that has great pursuit speed.
Oh,
if
my
you run at
gosh.
him, maybe you can just make a miss.
Right.
Or maybe he'll just whiff on the tackle, but that didn't happen too much with LT.
No, he's not in the Hall of Fame for missing tackles.
3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Official wanting the play clock restart, or I'm not sure what he's wanting to restart there, but he was giving that signal.
Like raise the roof signal.
Yeah, not really sure what he meant by that. Play
like
clock was, when he said that, it was at 38.
Yeah, they're pinning their ears back. Boy, here they come. We don't have enough guys to. I was going to say somebody's got
Right
to be
down the middle.
open.
That has to be pass interference.
Well, holy crap!
That was intended for Andrew Green.
Like he was just draped all over him.
Unless he's one of the best actors I've seen. It looked like he was being held. But we're about 50 yards away, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Sikeston will be forced to punt.
Another loyal listener and viewer. The one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend.
Chris Hotchkiss.
Levin Cox.
Close. Well, the venerable Chris Hotchkiss.
The silky smooth, the sultry voice.
There's no way we can replace what Hotchkiss did on this broadcast for years. And that one will be blown dead where it hit the Bulldog player there.
Well,
he didn't mark it, though, did he?
No.
So Riddle's punt, they're going to put it down right at the 50. It very clearly hit the Bulldog player.
Is that not a rule in
I thought it
high
used to
school?
be. I don't know.
Well, we got some laundry out here on the field, first off.
Couple flags down.
He's walking to the Bulldog side, so maybe it's against them. Maybe
it's going to be a hold probably on Hillsboro. So they're going to probably back them up 10 yards.
Is it? That's not a re-kick, or that's not you can't mark it off from on fourth down to give us. Can't pick up a first down.
No, sir.
Okay, that's what. So
just tack it on again. Once the punt is made,
okay,
I think you tack it onto that punt. And say there was say Hillsboro picked it up and scored a touchdown or whatever on a return, at that point you would mark it off from where the infraction was made. If I say my rules correctly.
Right.
Well,
my younger brother is letting me down. I've had to resort to texting him now to find out if he's going to drop some knowledge for us for some of these rules.
I've watched enough to kind of have an idea. But
well,
I mean,
I do too. But
the
high school
authority on this.
No, high school is quite a bit different than college football, and certainly different than NFL football.
And the rules change all the time. I mean, it's just so many rule changes all the time. Hillsboro with a 1st and 10 at their own 40. Waiting on the chain gain to get set, and now they're going to start. They still have 4th down on the marker. Now they've changed it.
Oh!
Snap over the head. He's going to try to get away.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that will be a sack at 45. Carter Goodman on the sack. First real mistake we've seen Hillsboro make tonight. And we've seen several of these shotgun snaps with some velocity coming back to the quarterback. That one,
so
Preston Brown could not handle.
Well, they snapped that quick. Oh, got some.
Stepping up in the pocket. He's trying to make a little bit happen.
Defense.
Got about a yard or so.
He said we did not have to take the penalty. So Coach Pulley took it for
that's what I
the
thought.
Yardage. Right. And I asked him about he's answering me now on whether or not if it hits one of our kids on when we punt, what the rule is. I thought so too, but they certainly either they missed it or the rule's different, or maybe they said that it didn't hit him. Maybe it didn't hit him, Deej.
Yeah, maybe it did. 3rd and forever.
Okay, hey, we got him off the field.
Holds on that possession, bolstered by the fumbled snap. But Sikeston made 2 nice defensive plays there. I didn't see who made that tackle. I'm sorry. But 2 nice defensive plays by the Bulldogs to help get Hillsboro off the field. They're going to have to punt. We have Dontrez Williams back to receive the punt. Maybe too deep. He's expecting a big bombing punt here.
Just let that one go. It's too short. Just get out of the way now. Yeah. Oh, my word. What's he doing? Oh. There's a flag, helmet to helmet. Goodness gracious.
That's a dangerous play, Dontrez. So he didn't call for a fair catch, I don't think. I didn't see it if he did. So they called a personal foul on Hillsboro. And he didn't call for a fair catch there. I'm not sure Maybe there was helmet to helmet.
I think
I'm
they're
not,
calling helmet or above the shoulders or whatever
Yeah.
the actual call
and
is.
and when he went down pretty quick once he got it, and the Hillsboro guy came in with his helmet. But it was hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a free rein to just tackle you
Yeah.
if you don't call for a fair catch there.
Or just get out of the way, man. He catches that, he picks
Yeah.
it up, and they hit him. He drops it, and all of a sudden they get the ball.
Oh, he's too deep there, and I knew the kid wasn't going to kick it that far.
Yeah. So Justin said the ball's not dead just because it hits one of our kids. It's got to be down and possessed by the kicking teams. Okay. Thank you for the knowledge, little brother. By the way, we're talking to one pair of the duo that won the Pinehurst flight at the Fox Haven Country Club member guest this past weekend.
It wasn't me.
No, my brother. My brother and me. I'm the other half.
Oh,
Come on,
you're the-
Deej. I'm one half of it. Come on, Deej.
Going deep
Oh,
to
he's
Don
got him.
Trez.
He's got him.
a shot at it.
Oh.
Couldn't come up with it. So
He had
probably
him.
Sikeston's best chance at a big play there. Joseph threw it on the run. And Don Trez could not get there to secure the pass. That'll be 2nd and 10. That was pretty well designed.
Yeah, Joseph, he was under duress a little bit, and he kind of threw off balance. He wasn't able to set his feet and throw. Otherwise, I think he'd have hit him in stride, and he'd scored really easily.
From a
I
long
like
ways away, it looked catchable, but he just couldn't get there.
I love the duo. I love him targeting Don Trez. He is certainly an athlete enough to catch that thing and go.
21. And that is Trez Clark again. Loss of 3.
Peach, I'm just looking out here. We have a really nice crowd tonight. It's great to see.
That football opener always draws a big one.
It does. And listen, let's keep supporting them. I understand it's not going our way tonight, but we gotta support the kids, the young men. Now, what do we got? Timeout. Sikeston timeout. Okay.
Bulldogs. But on that note, look at the student section down
Right.
there. You got
full. Yep.
Huge amount of red peppers. Pretty nice little
the
bum
bums.
section.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, when you also add in the band. So, I mean, a lot of the high school students are here tonight.
Interesting note on the band. I talked to the band director, or band directors, I suppose, Miss Whitehead and Mr. Stillman the other night, and they said COVID sort of wreaked havoc not be able to go to the other schools and promote the music department as 7th graders, or excuse me, as 5th graders going into 6th and 7th grade, or I'm sorry, yeah, whatever it is, 6th graders going into 7th grade, and that hurt them. But they said that the 7th grade has 80 more kids than they had, so we have some really good numbers. They're very excited about that, and it just shows that once they get out there and can show, and then they took some of the the current students over there and they play and things like that, and so it really looks like it propped up, or not propped up. It has put another level of excitement to the music program, so that's good to see too.
Absolutely. You want to see just extracurricular activities of any kind thrive with large participation.
Yes.
And that's good to hear about the band.
Yes. Well, I was sitting here thinking, coming up here tonight. Tonight is the first normal night that we've had. If you think about it, even last year
without
we had
any social distance restrictions.
COVID protocols, or whatever you want to call them, and I am, for one, thankful. I think I can speak for a lot of folks when we say we have some COVID wearing us out.
COVID fatigue.
COVID fatigue. There we go. That's a better way of putting it. Just
Heckemeyer to Wallace. That's his first catch of the
nice.
night. Nice move to the outside. Gets about 4 or 5.
back to the original line of scrimmage.
But we're back to 4th down. Now let's see what Coach Pulley wants to do. They may at this point just say,
Looks like Joseph.
let's just go for it at this point. It's 30,
Yeah,
35-0.
Looks like we're trying to catch them in a.
Yeah.
They don't. They're
They
they're
are-
backing up
yeah.
for a punt,
They
and
are
we're not punting.
Not aware of it.
Oh, they
They're-
called timeout. Boy, I wish he'd have snapped that.
Yeah. They were not aware Sikeston was going for it. And
No.
I don't really know why you wouldn't be aware there.
Right.
I knew they were not going for it at
Right.
that point.
Right. We Deej just talked a little bit more about Sikeston R6. We opened our second new or I say new. We replaced an elementary school. The new Lee Hunter.
I work at that building.
It's just an absolute gorgeous
That's
facility.
awesome.
We opened Wing Elementary in 2019.
This is the fourth year for Wing.
Fourth, okay. So yeah, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, this would be. Yeah,
This
that's
is the
right.
fourth
So,
year because I worked at that building when it
okay.
opened.
And we also opened C building at the high school, which is now known as Bulldog Hall. Currently working on a new multi-purpose facility at the kindergarten. It's just began construction.
Yeah.
It'll be can't remember the exact time frame. I would anticipate maybe by the end of this school year.
I would think so.
Something like that.
I work at that building as well.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm everywhere, doesn't it? But yeah, we were out there with our kids.
He's everywhere.
And
Yeah, they've got it all
there's a lot of work going on
Right.
over there at the kindergarten.
right. And there is.
Fourth down play, Matt. So let's see what happens.
Oh, he's got it.
Dontrez.
Pick it up,
He's got it.
Dontrez. That
And a first down.
That a baby Dontrez. Nice play design.
Yeah.
Nice execution there.
About 10-yard pickup there to get Dontrez open and a first down for the Bulldogs. Go ahead, Matt. Finish your point.
No, I was just going to say the field house is scheduled for a facelift next year with new floors, new bleachers. There is new bathrooms in the field house. And in most restrooms around the district, there was a district-wide initiative. So,
Brand new facelift on those restrooms in
yes,
the field house.
they look
completely different.
fantastic. If you can say restrooms look fantastic, but it's just a nice, fresh look. That
Going deep.
he's there. Oh,
And couldn't come up with it. That was Trey Gorman on the deep ball, and he
Wow.
was open.
yes, great play, great. It's all right. Hey, go right back to it.
It's kind of a tough angle.
It
He had
was,
to kind of
it
catch
was.
it over his head.
It would have been a fantastic play.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah,
Now, the field house, you mentioned the field house.
Yeah.
That thing has been
92.
in desperate need of
Yeah.
a facelift.
Yeah.
You're right, 1992. That was my senior year, going into my senior
right.
year.
92. Yeah,
I graduated in
93.
93, so they renovated that over the summer.
Right.
And, of course,
It was
the
sort of
renovation is what you see now, and it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it was sort of scheduled for one this year, but by the time we got everything put together, it had rolled into too close to the summer. And when you're replacing floors and
Sherrod on that carry, and he lost his footing. He was primed to get about 3 or 4 more yards there, but lost his footing, so it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
when you're putting the floor down, you have to start scheduling that stuff probably no later than January. And we were March and April about the time we decided to move forward with that. So rather than cause just distractions to volleyball season and all the things that happen in there in the fall, let's just do it right. Let's wait one more year. Let's do it right. I know everybody's anxious, to get the floors in, new bleachers, which are sorely needed.
The bleachers are 30 years old.
Yeah, they're just worn out. I mean, they just are.
That field house in 92 that was the first renovation it had after it was built in 69. Heckemeyer on a short throw
what
here
a nice
to Bo Riddle.
underneath.
Trying to break a
Stretch out.
tackle and couldn't get loose. So they're going to have about a 4th and 3 maybe. No, that's much closer than I
was
thought.
going to say
Excuse me.
I thought he was right at the marker.
That may be worth a measurement.
Is it?
Oh, they're going to call it a first down. So
Wow.
nice job.
Good.
I was way off of my spot there. So they're giving them a first down on that at the 25.
Deej, I've got glasses, but if I gave them to you, I couldn't see.
My far side is not bad. I can't read the little print.
Yeah, that's
Sikeston on the move here. Heckemeyer on the draw.
Nice.
And a pretty good
Design
pickup there.
quarterback draw.
Another 5 yards on that. That's twice that's worked.
Yep.
So finish the point. I hate
sorry,
to interrupt
yeah.
our
Yeah.
Bulldogs are on the roll here, so I hate to interrupt that. But The field house was completed in '69, and then they renovated it in '92. So that time frame, you look at it, that's only 23 years difference time frame of a renovation. It's now been 30 years since the renovation in '92.
Right.
Can't believe that. It's
Well,
30 years since I was
the
in high school,
bleachers, they're plenty safe. They're not unsafe. They're just they have a motor. They go in and out to allow for basketball practice and other activities, and they stick sometimes, and they won't come out or go in or vice versa.
They're a pain.
Yeah.
And
the floor is in need. Uh-oh, who's down? Is that Joseph? No, that's not Joseph. The lineman. Oh, we got a cramp. I'm glad it looks. See Zach Elliott, the trainer, stretching his calf out. That's good news. That's glad it's certainly not an injury. Those are frustrating to deal with, but we can work with that.
So last year, people around Sikeston may have noticed the field house does have a new roof.
Correct.
For its entire existence, which is 50 years plus, it had a silver dome roof. And it leaked like a sieve. I mean, they couldn't ever get the thing to stop leaking. And now they have this new roof. It's white now, and it's
it's sort of grown on me.
Yeah.
That's
Hayden Hess. That's injured player with the cramp. So he's coming off, but he should be all right. You would hope. So, but yeah, the white he kind of took a little bit to get used to.
Yeah. But that was probably a 15-year fix, not a full roof fix. But school budgets. You know how that works. You do the best you can with what you got, and we were able to fix that, and we're proud to have it. Certainly that it doesn't leak anymore to mess up anything that's going on in there. Certainly just more than basketball, but it's certainly a very used facility. And I, for one, am looking forward to the upgrades here. So,
clock has started. 5 seconds on the play clock. I don't know if the Bulldogs are aware of it.
Well, they evidently
barely got it off with 1 second to go. That one's overthrown. Dontrez never really had a shot at that one.
No.
So that'll bring up 4th and 4.
I certainly, they're going to. And we went forward at the 50. We're certainly going to go now.
Sikeston trying to get on the board here just to get some momentum. There's 2:31 to go in the half.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to see us scratch here, as they say.
4th and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Swing pass. Ooh, he had him.
And that one overthrown and
incomplete.
Flag.
Late hit.
And
flag. It's going to be a first down. That's a break. Yeah. That's a break.
Personal foul.
Big break there.
And that is as you called it, Matt, and a late hit or
whatever.
Illegal hit, whatever it is, roughing the passer against Heckemeyer. So that will be, let's see, from here, 19, that'll be half the distance to the goal. So the ball will be put on about the 9-yard line.
Quick update from the Lou. Cardinals are up 1-0 at the end of 3 over the Bravos.
Now give the update of the real team.
Cardinals are up 1-0. The real team, not the. Let's don't even go there. The Blake,
best
the
team
Blake,
in baseball.
The Blake DeWitts, as I call them.
The best team in baseball.
Well, we'll see how it balances out at the end of the year. It's just,
that's what they all
don't
say.
get too there. Hey, don't get too happy there, Sparky. There's a lot of baseball left.
Dodgers could lose every game from here on out and still win the division.
Listen, they're going to win the division. I'm not talking about that.
Keodrick Sherrod on the carry. Picks up about 3 on that one.
Yes, this is Derek James, a Sikeston resident, speaking that blasphemy, not talking about our beloved Cardinals, talking about the Dodgers. Just blasphemous.
2nd and goal.
You're not paying any attention to me, Deej.
Well, Heckemeyer keeps it, and
he's in. Atta baby, Joseph Heckemeyer. Good play call there.
Bulldogs on the board with 2:03 to go.
It's like we're going. I see somebody with the 2 fingers calling for 2 here.
To be honest, I
Yeah, I don't know who would.
know what the kicking situation is.
Well, Mr. Beidler said, oh, no, we're not running the swinging gate.
Just lining up for 2, it looks like. Heckemeyer looking. That one incomplete to Trey Gorman.
All right.
2-point conversion, no good. 2:03 to go in the half. 35-6. Bulldogs on the board.
They threw a flag here. I don't know exactly what's so hang on. They threw a flag. Afterwards, the kid was sort of taunting and flipped the ball to Joseph Heckemeyer. Is that
That'll be 15 on the kickoff.
Okay.
If that's what the call is. I haven't seen
Well,
him signal anything.
I saw him do it, and I saw the ref throw the flag. That's, unsportsmanlike. That's what he's calling, against Hillsboro.
So, and that's after the play was dead.
Okay, yeah.
It'll be 15 on the kickoff. Connor may have a chance to put this one in the end zone.
They're talking to Coach Pulling now. I assume that's after the kick, and they're going to kick from probably the 50.
I think is it the 40 is where they normally kick it, I think.
I'm sorry, then it would be on the other 40 then, wouldn't it? Or, I'm sorry, as they say, the 55. Yeah, it looks like they're kicking from their side.
They still got to mark it off. Coach Bays down there. He's the special teams coach for the Bulldogs. Long-time Bulldog coach.
Oh, yeah.
Former principal.
Yes. And as we talked about last year, if you remember, Deej, we talked about Coach Pulley reaching out to as we called them, the OGs. He's got Coach King, Coach Bays, some of the guys that been there, done that.
Travion Dennis, who
Right.
he played with. Travion,
Right.
now employed with the district, a good player back.
Yes.
I think I'm not exactly
They were
sure
right about the same time.
when he graduated. It was about 12 or 13.
Good to have our Bulldogs back, our guys.
Yeah. Travion was always a good guy.
There we go.
That went into the end zone.
Another baby.
So a touchback on that kick. So I was very happy to see Travion
Yep.
back.
Yep.
Excuse me, he's now Coach Dennis. I have trouble separating the first names because that's just what I
He
know.
was at is he at Hayti?
I don't know.
I think he was somewhere coaching, and I assume Coach Pulley reached out to him and asked him. I say that I assume. I don't know. I know we had lots of openings this year, as we do every year.
Another hometown guy, Ryan Mitchell, on staff.
Yes, absolutely.
Former police officer in town,
Yes.
and he got employed with the school district.
Yes.
And he wanted to coach. I talked to him last year when he was still with the DPS.
That's got to be on them, the quarterback.
It
move.
looked like they moved first.
Looked like the quarterback moved.
Yeah, that would
they
be
called
on
it.
Hillsboro. But Coach Mitchell, last year when he was still at DPS, he said, I want to coach. I
saw
get
him
with the district.
He takes pictures a lot. He was taking pictures of this summer when I saw him. My son, Luke, and two other boys playing a band, and they were playing downtown. They do that music in the park in June, and Ryan was down there taking pictures and talked to him for a bit. And he talked about his desire to coach and teach and all those things. So good to have him in the district.
Yeah, very happy with that. That pass complete to Blake Larson over the middle. But when they are smooth on their routes, very smooth-looking team. I have no idea how they will stack up with the other teams in the district, but they are impressive to me.
Yes.
They have a lot of weapons. Completely different than I did it again. The Hillsboro teams that we've seen the last several years.
If there's I guess there's no way for a Hillsboro fan to contact us, but I don't know if it's the same coach. It's
I would
certainly
guess not.
I was going to say because it is a philosophy switch from what they had. Again,
Now,
3 or 4 years ago. I mean, I suppose it can happen.
there's a chance it's probably a different coach, but I can tell you, remember when Sikeston completely revamped their
Well,
offense
that's
under
true.
Coach Gibbs?
That's true.
And Sikeston was a spread team.
Yep.
You know, shotgun and a lot of
we went to the
space.
old
And
double
then
wing team.
Double wing, double tight.
Double team, yep.
I mean, toe to toe, 3 yards and a cloud of dust.
Yep.
Right in the middle of the season.
Right.
I mean, about
Right.
3 or 4 games in, they just
Right.
switched it.
You remember that year we had 2,000-yard running backs?
Yeah.
Ernest Fobbs and
Victwan
Riley. Mm-hmm.
That's the first time that had ever happened with the football team, having 2 guys get 1,000 yards in the same year.
Right. Well, and that's probably
There's Romaine on the swing pass. He's finally tripped up.
nice tackle. Looks like by Keodrick.
Yeah. Looked like he took the worst of it.
Yeah.
He's limping.
Like he got a knee somewhere.
Yeah. That Romaine, what a load. He's a running back, and he's bigger than most of Sikeston's linemen. This guy is huge. That's
Keeper.
the quarterback, Brown,
Like a zone
Preston
read
Brown.
there. Yep.
He got 8 yards on that. Going back to what we were talking about with Victwan and Ernest, another interesting thing is they were both juniors that year, so they both came back the next year.
Right.
However, they did not both get 1,000 yards the next year.
Right. Yeah, they went
But-
back to the sort of a spread. That was in 2015, I think.
Somewhere in that time frame.
Because I think
Swing pass again or screen. There's a penalty flag down.
probably a block in the back or something.
That is in the area of holding.
Holding, yeah.
That was Dalton Ross on the reception.
Yeah,
We're
hold.
going to bring that one back. That will be at the line of scrimmage. They're going to call hold.
I'm certain Coach Pulley will take this one, back them up. 53 seconds.
Just 53 seconds. So Hillsboro's playing against the clock here, trying to get a score before the half. And this will back them up 10 yards, probably from the line of scrimmage, because it was thrown pretty quick.
I think that's a spot foul, though, Deej.
It would be, but it was so
It was-
quick,
yeah.
it would have to be right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Pretty much 10 yards on that one.
Third down? Oh,
That
second
will-
and 12.
That will stop the clock. It's back to the 45.
Oh, now
the
they
clock starts,
crank
so-
it. Yeah, that's
And
Got a
another
little-
pass play, a little screen pass set up
screen
for
to
Romaine. Good blocking. He shook one guy, and now he's out of bounds. About the 25-yard line out of bounds. Had a little shimmy there and got away from a guy. And that picked up the first down. So it's 1st and 10 at the 25 with 38 seconds to go. The clock is stopped.
Yeah. Does it start now when they
No,
get set, or is this still?
No, he went out of bounds.
Okay.
so-
Oh, okay. Okay.
Preston Brown, almost intercepted. That was right through one
Colt
player.
Parker.
That one had some zip on it.
It did.
And Colt it was a lot of traffic and probably hard for him to pick up.
It's like a hockey goalie. They
Yeah.
kind of shield it sometimes.
And it might have even been deflected at the last second. But a chance at an interception there by Colt Parker brings up 2nd down with 33 seconds to go. Pressure, stepping away from it. Oh, he's wide open.
wide
So
open.
touchdown for Hillsboro. I can't see his number, Matt.
Like number 2, or no, maybe 5.
5. Chase
Chase
Susharsky. Yet another name different than we've called all night. They've got a lot of weapons. That was a nice play by the quarterback.
Yeah.
So this kid's just a sophomore, I might add, this Preston Brown, the quarterback. He had pressure coming in, and all he did was just a little sidestep and got himself just bought himself an extra couple seconds and launched a wide open pass to the receiver.
Oh, I thought we were going to block that one.
Kick is through. So 27 seconds to go in a half, 42-6. Hillsboro on top. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff.
Offense in the box. We got third and fourth quarter to go. Offense in the box. We got third and fourth quarter to go.
You know, Matt, we were talking about the last time Hillsboro was on this field. I may be incorrect. I think, though, it was the 1994 season. And we already talked about Garrett Taylor. He was on that team the last time we played Hillsboro on this field.
Right.
The only other times we've played them were at Hillsboro.
Right.
And
Seemed like we went up there 2-3 years in a row and got beat in the
onside kick.
Well, they.
And I can't tell who came up with that. It looked like
Say
maybe
we did. That's
Jace Riddle did get it. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. Colt Parker. I'm still working on the numbers, folks.
Yeah.
So Colt Parker came up with that. Nice job by Colt to do that because that ball was bouncing crazy. He came up with it there. So Sikeston.
Wonder why you would onside up 42-6.
One more insurance score, I guess. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 40. But, yeah, Sikeston won that game when Garrett Taylor was a senior. Other members of that team, Alan Hatchett, you might have remembered him.
Oh, yeah.
And Stephen Geralds was on the team, although he was injured for that particular game. Tim Gross.
Oh, yeah.
Blake Ledbetter. Andy McGill. There's a name of folks in Sikeston may be familiar with. He was the longtime AD and coach here. I don't hate to leave out. I could keep naming them, but I just hate to leave somebody out. But anyway, Sikeston won that game pretty handily. Hatchett had a big game that night. I was here. Had 200-something yards rushing. Tim Gross had 150 or something rushing.
Really good team that year.
Put a pretty good whipping on Hillsboro that night. Went up the next year and beat them at their place. Not in their current stadium. They had a different stadium at that time. That was the last. I think that was the only two times Sikeston played Hillsboro until they started meeting them in district play in the last 10 years.
I hate to get some scores here from longtime follower Rod Anderson. Let's see. Kelly up 14-0 at Donovan at half. Crystal City 22-0 over Chaffee at half. And Jackson up 20-7 in the second quarter against Edwardsville. So just some updates there for you. Hate to rehash something, but I bet you Coach Pulley puts that onside kick in his the old back of the brain there for that one. That's, I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions. That seemed a little over the top, but that's okay. We got it. So.
Luke Gadberry in the backfield. Heckemeyer under pressure. He's going to be brought down for a sack. Sikeston could let this clock run out. I don't know if it appears Coach just wants to go ahead and let it go.
Yeah.
So clock is ticking down. Halftime score is going to be 42-6. Hillsboro dominant in that first half.
Quick update, Deej. Sikeston soccer 4-1 over Carbondale in the Carbondale tournament.
That's a great job. Coach DeMint's soccer team off to a good start there. And Sikeston football has some work to do in the second half. We'll take a break for halftime. Enjoy the show. We'll be back for the third quarter.
For your halftime entertainment, the Sikeston Public Schools presents the Sikeston Bulldog Marching Band under the direction of Karen Steelman.
I know you lying.
Drum major is Allison Jones. The band will pay to the Beatles with their performance of Can't Buy Me Love.
I'm about to go up there. Can you? Alright, hey, we can go up there. We gotta fill these up first though. Alright, bet. Oh, Ken's going up there.
You better be my keys back.
Huh? He's just dipped on us like that. Ken's he was deep. Where you at? He going up there. Oh,
Did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
Kenny, you wanna go up there or stay down here?
Huh?
You wanna go up there or stay down here?
No, I'm gonna go up there.
Bro, you told me the wrong key. And
Drum
this random
major
guy had me.
Allison Jones, is your band ready?
Mario gave you the wrong key?
Yeah, because you was like, oh, here, you me do it. I
You
was like,
may
yeah.
take the field in exhibition.
Dude,
You wanna go out there and run routes? Show off?
I was
Damn.
sweating
Till the
so.
band's done.
I was sweating so much, and I was getting bit.
I didn't
Dude, I've never been so.
They will throw our ass.
I was like, it's a rock team for this spot. We're gonna win it. I can't believe in us.
Hey, we good on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the red and black.
1, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winner of the Sikeston Cheerleader Door Hanger Raffle. Congratulations to Jackie Calvert. The winner of the Sikeston Cheerleading Door Hanger Raffle. Jackie, please make your way to the concession stand. Thank you. Here are scores from around the area. Jackson 20, Edwardsville, Illinois 7. Cape Central 34, St. Charles 6. Clark Hills 14, Poplar Bluff 0. North County 29, Farmington 9. Crystal City 22, Chaffee 0.
Begin.
First State Community Bank, our mission goes beyond banking. We grow stronger communities by helping people and organizations achieve and protect financial success. Our mission is to view each transaction, each hello, each handshake, each meeting and phone call as a way to improve the lives of others. No matter how you define financial success, see our team today and we'll help you achieve it. First State Community Bank, success starts here. Member FDIC, online at fscb.com. Southeast Missouri for nearly 40 years. When you have been injured on the job, call Burns, Taylor, Heckemeyer, Green, and Edwards. When you need someone to fight for your rights, call Burns, Taylor, Heckemeyer, Green, and Edwards. When you need dedicated, aggressive legal representation, choose local attorneys. Call Burns, Taylor, Heckemeyer, Green, and Edwards.
Y'all played up. Oh, we should have went up there. Are these kickballs?
No, those are game balls.
Oh, that's kickball?
You think Trey will take that home?
Need a bigger house? Or looking to buy your first? Go with a lender you can trust. Montgomery Bank. Our mortgage professionals are ready to help you with low rates and great service.
The employees of Montgomery Bank would like to wish the Sikeston Bulldogs the best of luck this football season. Go Dogs!
At Focus Bank, we're ordinary people just like you. And helping the people who live and work here is our first priority. With more than 80 years of experience, you can have the confidence in knowing that our team is working for you. When it comes to personal service and helping people realize their dreams, well, some things are best done locally.
What? Clean my balls
And trust. Focus Bank, delivering experience, service, and technology since 1931.
What's the ball? Hey, wipe it off. Where's all the towels at? Down. Put your shirt down, Kendall. Pull down shirt. Crack heel. Down. Sit. Hey! Down. Hop. One more, Kendall. One more. All right, now. Good one. Give me a good one. Set. Huh. Yeah, kick off return. Kick off return.
There we go.
Return. Hey, here go your ball.
Hey, Mason, you actually did nothing. I'm wondering if you even could have
Kick off return.
Mason. I would have done better.
Mason, why didn't you clean it up?
I think you did.
You said you had to
Mason, that was terrible.
I was better thinking.
I didn't know the outside.
You all right, old man? What's wrong with you? Sure? Okay, we're fixing to go be physical. All right, we're going to come back inside zone and come back with us. Be ready to go. Cover 40 of them.
Sikeston Athletics would like to thank the sponsor of tonight's game, First Midwest Bank. The Bulldogs are thankful for all of your support. If you haven't got your pulled pork nachos yet, there's still time. Then go walk over to the visitors' concession stand. And we promise you, you won't be disappointed.
Where's that jersey? Jersey. Oh, just thank you.
And we are back for the third quarter of this game. Hillsboro totally in charge, up 42-6. Just waiting on the clock to get set. Hillsboro will be kicking off. Oh, here's my partner, Matt Tanner. He's not here on time, so I went ahead and started without him. But we haven't started yet. Hillsboro's still waiting to kick. Welcome back, Matt.
I was detained.
Being the first week of school, I was just telling Ryan Lindsay over here, it's hard to go down there and get a bottle of water and get back without the kids stopping me. I couldn't. But I love the attention. I love the attention from the kids. So that little squibber there. Looks like Sikeston came up with it. I couldn't tell who got it. Number 5, maybe?
Number 5,
Rashid Abu Kadir got that one, I believe.
comes over the ball for the Bulldogs. Sikeston will start this drive in the second half on their own 39-yard line. First down, Bulldogs.
Tell you what, the Skeeters are worse down there than they are up here.
Well, I went down there to get water, and yeah, I noticed the same thing.
Interesting notes here. Let's see, I went over those. Sir?
Keandrick Sherrod on the carry. Well, Hillsboro claiming a fumble.
It looks like the officials blew it.
Have not
down.
seen a signal.
No, they blew it.
Nope. Hillsboro recovers the fumble, so that was a pretty good pickup there. Ball came loose. Hillsboro takes over.
Go over another couple quick scores, Deej. Portageville is up 38-0 over Corning in the fourth quarter. Jackson's up 20-14 over Edwardsville at half, And some of the games, we haven't talked about this yet, but some of the games teams are having to play Saturday or Thursday due to official shortages. It's like Caruthersville, Malden tomorrow, New Madrid and Richmond are tomorrow, East Prairie and Charleston are tomorrow, and Kennett and Haytire are tomorrow. So
officiating is a thankless job, and that's part of the reason they are losing officials every year, or at least not gaining officials.
Right.
That was Romaine on that carry. So it's becoming more and more of a problem, and here's the result of it. You have to play Saturday games.
Right. Well, we have a game, the game against, I think it's the Jackson game, where we are playing them on Thursday night, actually, instead of Friday night. Surprised to see some of the starters for Hillsboro still in there.
Well, the first game of the year, you hate to just pull them out.
Right.
Play one half and you're done. That's a tough spot. And we've been there with when our team was on the other end of this, putting the poundings on people.
Yes.
And it's a slippery slope. Do you just want to play them a half and they get no reps, or
Right.
So
well, then somebody, obviously not on purpose, but gets hurt, then you, as a coach, you're kicking yourself like, why didn't I pull him out? Well, I mean, it's just, you start second guessing yourself and all those things. So
those are rare things.
They are.
It can happen. Little option play this way. The ball comes loose. Sikeston has a chance at it, but I don't think they got it.
Well,
You have to dive on that ball.
Yeah.
You can't try to pick
Scoop,
it up.
Yeah, scoop and score.
You have to lay out and dive. Same thing in any sport, really.
Right.
In basketball, too. The person who dives on it is the one that gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So another rare mistake by Hillsboro.
Yeah, they just
Sikeston, they obviously have some things to work on. This Hillsboro team is impressive.
Mhm.
That's really, just about the second thing I've seen go wrong.
the high snap and then this.
Yeah, and then that fumble there.
Like they just moved.
That's movement for sure.
Yeah, that the 43
No
there in the
flag.
slot was rocking around. What did we?
He's dancing around. Looks like the old Trey Lewis.
Yeah, there's
back
a
in the
flag
day.
down.
There is a flag over there on the. I never saw a flag come down, but that was
Now
clearly.
there's another one down.
That's a late flag. Clearly, two guys moving there.
Yeah.
Let's see how they could be offsetting. We'll see what happens here.
Holding
Against Hillsboro, and then probably personal foul against
That's
Sikeston.
a weak one.
Those do offset.
Offset and replay the down.
And they didn't throw a flag on the movement.
Yeah, that was the part that.
I guess they just missed it.
Yeah, they were the tackle and that guard were sitting there rocking, and the guy in the slot was moving around. And
Two guys went in motion at the same time.
Right.
Pretty much. Or one guy moved.
See, now that they're set,
This looks more like the old Hillsboro.
right
formation.
under center. There's a
Another
broken
botched play.
Yeah, somebody.
Again, a little sloppier than they started the game here for Hillsboro.
Right.
And looking at it from their perspective, their coach, this is not how he wants to start.
No.
With the sloppy execution. If
No.
you're on their side of the field.
Right. Mr. Beidler informs us we have 800 people watching us right now.
Yeah, still several loyal viewers out
Yes. Hey, solely because of the entertainment.
And pass. Just out. Just
okay. Was that fourth? Okay, fourth down.
Yeah, that
Turnover
was a
on downs.
fourth down
Very
play.
good. Very good.
That was a play that had worked earlier, a couple of different
been
times.
open a lot.
And that one looked catchable, and the receiver may have alligator armed it.
Yes, very much.
Clock continues to tick with the 35-point rule in effect.
You know, Deej, certainly the furthest thing from a football tactician or a guru, but you noticed where the passes for Hillsboro, sort of the type of play they were running that was open a lot.
You mean the slants?
The
Your favorite play on
my
earth.
favorite play. They're unbelievable to defend. It's sort of like the pick and roll in basketball. And they're open a lot.
Hand off to
He's
Sherrod.
running with a head full of steam.
It's about 3 or 4 on that carry.
And I think I was talking to somebody at half.
Yes. I think they did. Yeah, pass complete to Trey Gorman, trying to shake a tackle. Unable to do so. He got a couple, 2 or 3 yards there. Trey Gorman comes up limping. Clock ticking. It's 5:20.
Looks like we're
and ticking here in the third quarter. We have an officials timeout. Having a little technical difficulties here on our mics. I hear you just fine, Matt.
Well, I couldn't hear myself. It was. They gave me the Mr. Beidler said they're both brand new. I thought they gave me the old one, like the 84 version or something. Thanks, Mr. Beidler.
They're going to give the main guy the newer one.
Yeah, I know the sultry voice.
What is it? Angels in the outfield, where the guy turns off the mic, said less is more. Tell the other guy. I can't remember that actor's name, but But,
I'm like Harry Doyle on Major League.
So I believe, Matt, that was an official water timeout. First time we've seen that tonight.
I wonder, again, if anybody out there that's got my number, tell me what the protocol is. Oh, thanks, Rod. I'd really want to see this, but the Braves are now up 2-1 at the end of the fifth.
Against
the beloved Cardinals.
Okay. Thankfully, not the Dodgers.
We don't talk about the Dodgers on here. Nobody's interested in that. That's interesting.
Quarterback sneak.
And I don't think
they
that
were ready for that one. So Sikeston showed shotgun, and they tried to catch him off guard with a sneak and didn't really get anything out of that. It's going to be fourth down. I'm sure Sikeston will go for it. Or is it third? Am I off? It is fourth. Okay. 4th and 2. We'll see if Sikeston can continue this drive.
We'll see what Sikeston comes with here. Oh.
Meyer out of the shotgun, sets up for a screen. Dropped. Lord. That was Andrew Green on the intended receiver. Here comes a late penalty flag.
What's that about?
Thrown back in the Hillsboro area of defense. Let's see what they call. That could be another unsportsmanlike type penalty.
I didn't see anything, but there was a sea of bodies between me and the,
Personal foul, not unsportsmanlike. It's against Hillsboro, but it may have come after the play was dead. Let's see what he calls here. Unless it was during the play. So,
15 yards, it's a first down.
Sikeston was going to retain possession, it looks like.
Automatic first down as well. And, well, I mean, it was enough to pick up the first down. But
sometimes you'll see these penalties like that, and it's after the play was over.
Right.
The turnover on downs has already happened. So, so to say if Hillsboro got the ball back, they would be backed up 15 yards.
Right. Yeah, I don't know the distinction between that sort of play and the other. Deej is being distracted here. Quick pitch out to Sherrod. Hey, you put me on the spot right here, Deej. I said Sherrod. It's actually Trez Clark. Hey, I locked up for a minute, Deej. You put me on the spot, throw me in the play-by-play mode here. I'm in color mode.
One of my first-grade students, Drew Addison, that's Steve Addison's son, comes up, do we have school tomorrow? I said, no, we don't have school tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to talk to this kid and not ignore him. We got a game to call, I know. And then he said, okay, so we'll have PE next week. I said, yes. I can't ignore my students. You know that, Matt. Second and 10. Clock running, 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Heckemeyer on the draw. Gets maybe one. Bring up 3rd and 9. Sikeston just looking to keep this drive alive. Any kind of big play could liven up this crowd and that sideline. You saw how, I mean, once Sikeston scored that touchdown, this place went nuts. In the sideline, even though it was 42-0 at that time, everybody just went nuts. They just ready to explode for anything to happen.
Bated breath. Just ready for anything to go.
Oh, that's going to be picked by the Hawks. Thrown into traffic.
Sort of flicked that one, didn't he?
That was number 12, Griffin Ray, for the Hawks on that interception. That wasn't open.
He looked like he was throwing off his back foot a little bit, too.
I didn't see who the intended receiver was, but.
Oh, cramp. Is that Bo Riddle with a cramp? Yeah, he's cramping. He's run off.
He's able to make it off the field. That's always a good sign. I always appreciate, even when you're cramping, get off the field, jog it off.
Right.
Hey, we'll take care of you on the sideline.
Right. Remember the old Bulldog, Brad Priday, his dad, he told me that Mr. Priday always told him, he goes, if you don't come off the field, you're not playing anymore. Something along those lines. Brad said he made sure he got off the field every time. If it looked like he was hurt, he got himself off the
You
field.
better have a bone sticking out of your leg.
Right. Exactly.
Hillsboro with their backup quarterback back in. Looks like they have a few other guys because they're so deep. Who knows?
Yeah.
Number 30 on that catch. Gaggle of Bulldogs all over him. Number 30 is
Cohen Linderer.
Cohen Linderer. We did
Call his name
call
earlier,
his name
right?
earlier. Yes, we did. He scored a touchdown.
Right. Yeah, he was, I think he took a run up the middle between the tackles and scored that from 20 yards or so.
Just a ton of depth. This looks like to me, I mean, I don't know what they're going to be up against in the district, but they look like a contender.
Absolutely.
In that district. Handoff up the middle. Never got a number.
Probably going to be maybe. They may get one more play.
Romaine still be carrying the ball. It could be. Or maybe Patterson.
22. Peyton Brown.
He was another one that got some carries. This quarter is about to run out, so about 5 seconds and ticking.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get a play off. No.
Quarter up, so end of 3. Hillsboro 42, Sikeston 6. That quarter flew by. But we'll take a little break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to introduce to you the 2022 Sikeston Cheerleaders. Freshman, Adley Wheeler. Lily Serna. Jordan Parker. Aiden Godfrey. Susie Gilmore. And Anna Curtis. Sophomores, Brady Young. Evie Walton. Lorelei Standridge. Haley Presley. Avery Newton. Kylan LaFoon. Sophie Hunter. Meredith Groching. Landry Eason. Leah Coppage. And Caroline Blanton. Junior, Mackenzie Coker. Christiana Staples. Kate Schrump. Julia Sanders. Kaden Parker.
And start of the fourth quarter, Hillsboro, well, our yard marker shows first down, but it should be.
That's third.
Emily Riley.
Now they're moving the chain. They didn't move the chains.
Claire Durham. And your head cheerleader.
There's a glare on the down marker. I can't see what down it is. Is it first? I guess it is. That's what they're calling it.
They're definitely at first down. So,
well,
that's going to be Brown on the carry. He's going to be pushed out of bounds and looks like a first down.
Number 22, Peyton Brown on the carry. Taken out of bounds by number 23, Travis Williams. Ball placed in the middle of 39-yard line. First down Hawks.
He's surprised I'm in here, not down there. So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Clock this quarter will go fast as well. Clock ticking away. Mostly backups in the game for the Hawks. Brown on the carry again. Missing tackles.
Yeah,
can they get him down there? They got him. 68. I believe that's Hayden Hess.
It is. That's Hayden.
Son of Drew Hess. Guy I went to school with, grew up with. He came in late for part of that tackle.
First down Bulldogs.
Hayden, another student I had in school in elementary. Hillsboro on the move here. Nobody has scored this second half. Hillsboro trying to change that on this drive. And number 30, which is Cohen Linderer.
Number 30,
Who is a junior.
It's a first down. They're inside the 20 at the 16.
See the drone. Yeah, it's going the other way. I wonder if the battery's going. A lot of the times when the battery starts to get low, it goes home, as so to speak. Yeah, it's coming down.
You know more about drones than I do.
Well, I'm messed around. Oh.
And that's Linder again.
Number 30, Cohen Linder, the ball carrier, brought down by
No, Coach Angle, I have not spied on the neighbors once or twice. I've just messed around with them.
So, first and goal at the 5. Lots of personnel changes coming in now for Hillsboro. They are on the cusp of getting the first
43
score
that Jackson
of the second
Patterson
half.
back? No, 49, excuse me. Is that, no, the old keeper.
Quarterback goes in A.J. Heisel, if I'm saying that correctly, with the 5-yard run. And that breaks the second half shutout for both teams. Clock is ticking away on that one.
So they look like they're going to kick here.
Try the kick again.
Deej is being distracted by the fans. I'll handle the play-by-play duties as he is distracted. Kick is up and good.
I'm getting a lot of questions.
You are getting a lot of questions.
From Mr. Drew Addison down there. Oh, yeah, he's like, go away, kid.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to do that.
Now we got somebody down, a Bulldog down. Did not see who that was. Well, now the drone's back, Deej.
You got to recharge.
Back.
You gotta
Maybe
recharge.
change the battery or something.
So,
Another cramp here.
scoreboard has not changed. Should be 49-6 now with 8:57 to go in the game. And this one is all but done. Pretty much a lot of reserves will get a chance here. So, Matt, the upcoming schedule is not too favorable, really, in terms of home games.
Right.
Sikeston's next home game will be September 22nd. So Sikeston will have 3 straight road games at Dexter on September 2nd.
Next week.
That's next week.
At
Kennett on September 9th. At Farmington on September 16th.
Right.
And then
Two straight games here.
yeah, Sikeston will have Bluff on September 22nd at home. That'll be the senior kids night. And then September 30th against Jackson. That's the Hall of Fame, Wall of Fame, and also the Pink Out night. October 7th on the road at Cape Central. October 14th, homecoming night against New Madrid County Central.
Which is the Foundation tailgate, which is a great time. So for those folks listening, be looking for social media posts, newspaper, any sort of promotion that's coming along. If you want to be involved in the tailgate, contact Ray Boyce at the Foundation. It is a fantastic time there. I'm telling you, Deej.
You're going to eat well if you go there.
Yeah, you will eat well, but I guarantee you there's 1,000 people or better there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
always a tremendous turnout. It's just impressive.
Exactly. It's great to see for the community, for the school district. Raises a lot of money for the foundation, and I'm proud to be a part of that.
And the foundation, for the folks that aren't aware, that the SPS Foundation, all that money goes back to the teachers,
Yes.
back into the schools for just whatever the teachers need in their classrooms.
Right. The teachers in late winter, early spring, whatever, they will apply for the grants, so to speak, through the foundation. And then the foundation has a committee that decides on which ones, and basically, in a nutshell, what grants touch the most kids? How can the money that I'm on the foundation committee or board as well, but what money will touch the most students? And they're all, every application is important to the teacher. And so we try to do as many as we can. You know, obviously we have a finite amount of money, but there is so much good done with that money, and the community as you know, is a huge supporter of our school system.
That's what makes Sikeston schools thrive. It always has, just the community support. And of course, you see the most of it at athletic events because
Yes.
that's where people come to watch
Yes.
these things. But Sikeston has passed, I believe, the last 2 bond issues or last 3.
2.
The last 2 bond issues, which also shows where the community is headed. And you want
And keep in mind, we passed one. Wait a minute. Yeah, we passed one for Wing. Then we passed the second one for Lee Hunter and Bulldog Hall in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
And after the vote that they were supposed to vote in April got pushed back to May or June, I think, that year because of COVID. And it passed, barely, but it passed. And so you're right about that.
There was one bond issue that didn't pass, but before that you had the bond issue that passed for the Math and Science building. So 3 out of 4 bond issues have passed.
Yes.
So the
in
community,
the recent 20 years or something.
In the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The one that didn't pass was a really big ask. It was a big number.
Very large number.
Yeah, and I get it as a taxpayer of this town and in general. I get it. It was a big ask, but we on the board heard the community. Hey, it was too much, so we came back and tried to take smaller bites, and that's what we did. We listened, and it worked.
People are coming out and
Yes.
voting those to pass.
Yes.
There's still a lot to do.
Yes.
But the steps are being taken to improve these schools.
Right. That's what it's about. Our town and our schools and our town. We got a new quarterback in, by the way.
I believe that's Caden Craig. He's kept that one.
I was reading in the paper that there was a quarterback battle of sorts, which is, in my opinion, the two battling sometimes don't care for it, but it pushes each of them.
Yeah, competition makes the world go round.
Exactly, and it makes for a better product. They both get better because they're pushing one another, and so, and it's certainly not unfriendly competition. I know both those young men, but it pushes them to improve their game, and so it only helps themselves and the team, and the team is what Coach Pulley's worried about. How does it help the team? It's good to see though that because sometimes we come in and think, heck, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be next year from year to year.
Yeah, that has happened. That pass was complete, immediately hit. Won't be a gain on that play. That reception was by Samuel Pulley Jr.
Yeah, there was a.
Pass complete to number 32, Samuel Pulley.
It's 3rd and 7. Now it's 4th and 2. So
I believe it is 4th and 2. I believe that's right.
It's a little bit of a gain.
4th and 1 maybe. So 6 minutes to go in the game. Sikeston would love to go down there and put one more score down there, just to feel a little better about yourself.
Yep. Like to just hang on to the ball too. There's a run.
It's going to be close. I think he got the first
he did.
down.
Yeah, the sideline judge on the far side. Yep, it's a first down.
Could not see the ball carrier. 22. Yeah. Keon Atkins, freshman. Coach Keon, track and field. Good kid.
Any relation to Leroy?
I want to say cousins, but don't quote me on that.
Saw halftime. I ran into former basketball standout Dominique Dyes.
I did too.
You run into Dominique?
Yeah. I have his daughter in kindergarten.
Uh-oh. Broken play.
So that was a broken play. Caden was brought down for a loss there. Dominique was always one of my favorite guys and just a great guy. And now he's got a little girl. I coached him way back in junior high. Makes me feel old, Matt.
Well, he changed his hairstyle, and I didn't recognize him at first. Somebody pointed him out, and I said, "Are you sure that's Dominique?" And it was. He came up to me and talked to me. So
talk about a shooter.
Ooh, what are you talking about?
He's one of the best shooters Bulldogs ever put out there.
Well, I know Will Hollifield, if he's listening. He's out there. Hey, he's squirming in his chair talking about shooters. So, sure the Long twins would have something to say about that too, Deej. But you're right.
I said one of the
best.
I'm not
okay.
saying the best. I would never say any
that's
one
true.
person was the best.
That's fair point.
That's not. I don't want to just leave somebody out. Deep ball thrown, just outstretched. Just over the outstretched arms of Isaiah Jemerson Patterson. That'll bring up 3rd and 12. 4 minutes. The clock is still ticking. Clock continues to run, even on incomplete passes in the 4th quarter. Actually, in the 2nd half, too. They've kind of tweaked those rules as well over the years, the mercy clock. I believe in basketball, it's only in the 4th quarter.
Right.
Football, it's in the 2nd half.
Right. Of course, this is first half took a little while. It's 9:30 almost, and we're
Another deep ball,
He's there.
number 16, and nice catch.
Oh, what a nice catch.
Marcus Sanders.
Marcus
Sanders Jr. Yeah.
Oh,
his daddy's Marcus Sanders.
I'm sorry, he's a sophomore?
Yes, he is. Marcus is a sophomore.
Why was I thinking he was a junior? I know he's a junior to his dad. I thought he was a 11th grader. How about that?
Great job by Marcus there.
Nice catch, Marcus. Good pass.
Marcus is a kid who he played football last year, and he never played football prior to that.
Really? Athletic kid.
And that one's going to be overthrown. Coach Pulley, I think, went and talked to him. I was there when it happened. I kind of introduced him to Coach Pulley. And next thing you know, Marcus is out there playing football.
Yeah, he's a fine kid,
Yes.
fine young man. He's in band and plays. Is he a percussionist? I'm not sure, but he's. I saw him at the breakfast with all the teachers, and he was there. He was with the band. Just a portion of the kids were there because it wasn't during school, but it was.
His dad, Marcus Sr., was on the football team, that same exact team we talked about in '94 when they played Hillsboro. So Marcus was a senior on that team, same grade as Garrett Taylor, McGill, and all those guys. Whoa! Ooh, that was somewhat busted up. I'm not sure what happened there.
It just he threw it high.
Yeah.
Like tipped off his fingertips and
so
it fell incomplete.
Those guys were a couple years younger than me, and they had a good athletic class, of course. They had a great football season and then went Final Four. Coach Fred Johnson was coaching them and took that team, our first ever Final Four in basketball.
Yep.
And
third or fourth? Lost to Vashon in overtime, right?
Took fourth in the state, but lost to Vashon in the
semifinals, right?
And then lost to Kansas City Central in the third place game.
That's a tough game to play, man.
They had a McDonald's All-American.
What a nice, there we go.
Caden Craig completed the pass to Isaiah Jimerson Patterson. What a guy. So good job by those two hooking up for the touchdown. Sikeston's going to feel a lot better about that, just getting that second touchdown there. I mean, obviously a lot to work on. I mean, there's no illusions on this.
Right.
Hillsboro's the superior team.
Right.
But with a minute to go in the game, it's 49-12. Sikeston's going to try the two-point conversion.
Interested to see how Hillsboro will handle this last minute. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll just sit on it,
Run a couple plays and that'll be it. So Caden Craig buying time and finds Marcus Sanders.
Look at that.
So two-point conversion pass. We were just talking about Marcus Sanders, and now he gets the two-point conversion. So some highlight moments for some of the younger kids here.
Okay.
It's 49-14 with 1:03 left. I'm sure once the ball's kicked, that clock won't stop.
Right. I think it switches on change of possession, though, right?
Possibly. I'm not really sure.
I
they
think
tweaked
it
that
does.
rule a lot, so I can't ever keep up with it.
Right.
Got a new Bowser outfit down there, Matt.
Yeah, we were talking about that off screen or off.
Brand new shiny Bowser outfit.
I like it. There's been a lot of improvements. We talked about some of those, and very excited. We have, we did a survey around the district just to the parents and stakeholders, not just parents. Anybody is a stakeholder because if you're a taxpayer, obviously live inside the district. And so,
you're a stakeholder.
Right, and some of the final meetings are coming up with that mid-September to make some changes from that, and so hopefully see a lot of good things out of that too. We as the board, the elected board, we take that stuff seriously from the constituents, so to speak, from those that are those that take the time. And, of course, like I said, we talked about it a lot, but I feel like our district and our folks, what's the Romaine kid or whatever his name is?
So Romaine comes back in on the kickoff, and of course he somehow gets the ball on the kickoff.
No, so I guess it does still run during the change of position. Oh, well, it looks like
Not sure why he's returning kicks.
That's no, we kept it.
But it's funny, the one guy you don't want to kick it to, and he gets
well,
it.
I mean, I don't think it was on purpose. Certainly, it certainly was not an onside kick, but.
So they're going to try to get a playoff here, I believe.
I didn't see the
handoff to number 2.
Like we just backed up and let him fall down here. They're hustling. They're trying to get plays off.
That will probably do it unless they just really, really want to snap another one.
Yeah, I
that
think
was
that's
Chris
going to do
Duncan
it.
on that
Yeah.
carry. So 3, 2, and 1.
Okay.
Clock is running down. So got to put a final on this one. Hillsboro wins 49-14.
Okay.
Their first visit to Sikeston.
Quite some time.
By my count, I think 1994.
Okay.
And perhaps their first ever win here at Sikeston because they have, to be quite frank, they haven't played here.
Right.
Maybe just one time ever. So some things to work on for the Bulldogs. Hillsboro looks like a contender to me.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're going to be faced with the other teams in the district, but on Sikeston's side of things, they got to find an identity, I think.
Right.
Figure out what they want to do. And obviously, they're young.
Very, very
inexperienced
young.
team,
Yes.
and a lot of things to shore up on both sides of the ball.
Right.
But they did come down there in the last bit of the fourth quarter and made a nice push to get a nice touchdown there at the end.
Right.
And get the double figure. So, your thoughts, other than what I just said?
No, I agree. Sikeston, we know that it's rebuilding. Coach Pulley is, we talked about this before, is just working, to quote Coach Hollifield, his direct hind end off. He's working, doing all the right things. He understands it's a process. Bulldog Nation, we're going to have to give Coach Pulley some latitude here.
Got to have some patience.
Yeah, we've got to have some patience. And
it's not going to be a fix overnight.
No. I have a lot of faith in Coach Pulley and what he's doing, what he believes in, what the things he's setting forth for the young men, and the things that it's just a training process, and it's going to take a bit. But all good things, all pointing in the right direction. Before we get off here, thank Mr. Beidler and his team, the students or whomever that are your students running it. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Mr. Beidler and whoever is helping with the past students, thank you, Mr. Beidler, for putting this on, for us to be able to bring this to you. Deej and I don't really do a whole lot. We just sit down and
Act like we're smart.
Show up a little early and talk quite a bit. So thank you for that. Thank you for the service to our district, for those that want to watch district events. And go Bulldogs. We're pointing in the proper direction.
So on the road at Dexter next week, on the road at Kennett September 9th, on the road at Farmington September 16th. And we'll be back for our next broadcast September 22nd. It's a Thursday night against Poplar Bluff, the senior kids night on a Thursday, September 22nd. That will be our next broadcast here at Sikeston Public School Stadium. Have a great night. Thank you for joining us, and we will